Today, we're diving into a really big problem in South African education. I'm talking about that mountain of admin work that follows teachers home every single night. But this is also a story about a pretty unique solution, and it all comes down to the one resource that teachers just can't get back. So let's kick things off with a question for you. When you really think about it, what is a teacher's most valuable, most precious resource? Is it their knowledge, their passion for the kids, the technology in their classroom? Just take a second to think on that. Yep, it's time. The one thing they are always running out of. And it's this exact problem, this constant, draining lack of time, that we're going to unpack today. You see, for most teachers, the workday doesn't actually stop when that last bell rings. Nope, that's just when their hidden second shift kicks in. A shift that's all about paperwork, planning, and just endless administrative tasks. And look, this pressure is only getting worse. The system is demanding stricter compliance with the CAPS curriculum, way more accountability, and constant detailed reporting. When you put it all together, it paints a pretty clear picture of a teacher basically buried under an avalanche of paperwork. Let's get real about what that second shift actually looks like, week in and week out. A teacher can easily spend up to 5 hours just on lesson planning. Then you add another, say, 4 hours on analyzing marks, plus more time for improvement plans and reports. You're talking about more than 10 hours of extra, unpaid work every single week. Okay, so that's the problem. It's a huge one. So what on earth is the answer? Well, it's not just another productivity app. It's a totally new way of thinking about it, an overnight partner that's designed from the ground up for educators. So what is an overnight curriculum operations partner? Think of it like this. It's basically an extension of the school's staff that does its work while the teachers are at home, resting. Its only job is to take a request, notes, marks, ideas, and turn it into a fully compliant, professional, classroom-ready document by the very next morning. And here's the thing that makes this so different. This whole idea didn't come from some tech exec in a boardroom. It came from a teacher, someone with 4 years of hands-on classroom experience in KwaZulu-Natal. This solution was literally born from someone who lived the struggle every day. The promise here is so simple, but so powerful. Submit today, teach tomorrow with confidence. You see, it's not about instant gratification. It's about reliability. It's about starting the next school day feeling prepared, knowing you're compliant, and being ready to actually teach. All right, so how does this whole thing actually work in the real world? How does a teacher go from a bunch of scribbled notes to a polished, ready-to-use document? The whole process is built for a teacher's actual busy life. It all kicks off on WhatsApp. Super simple. You just send your notes or a document. From there, some smart AI gets to work analyzing and structuring it. But then comes the really crucial step, the secret sauce. A real, qualified human educator reviews everything to make sure the quality is top-notch and it's perfectly CAPS compliant. Only then does the finished document get sent back to you. Now, this approach immediately tackles two of the biggest worries teachers and schools have. First, compliance. The entire system is built from the ground up to be CAPS aligned. And second, security. It's fully POPIA compliant, and this is key, your documents are permanently deleted once they're delivered. Total privacy. So we've gone through the problem and the process. But what does this all actually mean for a teacher's day-to-day life? Let's take a look at the real-world impact. Remember this table? That brutal breakdown of all the after-hours work? Well, let's look at it again, but this time, check out the Doc AI column. All those hours of late-night work for lesson planning, for mark analysis, for reporting, they're all replaced by just one word, overnight. The work still gets done, and it gets done right, but it's shifted from the teacher's personal time to the system's processing time. And the result of that shift? It's huge. We are talking about teachers getting back 10 or more hours every single week. That's like getting a whole extra workday back. Time they can finally use to rest, to recharge, or to actually focus on their students. Now, let's zoom out. Think about that over an entire school year. That adds up to over 500 hours saved per teacher. Can you just imagine the impact that has on reducing stress, on preventing that awful teacher burnout, and, at the end of the day, on making the teaching itself better? And this isn't just theory or numbers on a screen. Listen to what Michael, a grade 6 teacher, had to say about it. He called it a lifesaver. And notice, it's not just about the time he saved. It's about the confidence he got from that expert review, just knowing his work meets professional standards. But the really amazing thing is that this impact doesn't just stop with individual teachers. When you give a tool like this to an entire staff, you actually start to change the way the whole school operates. It's all about making this massive shift from being constantly reactive to finally becoming proactive. So instead of school leaders chasing problems using fragmented spreadsheets, they get clear, executive-level insights delivered overnight. It lets them make timely, data-driven decisions that actually help their teachers and their students. And this right here really gets to the core of the whole idea. This isn't about instant automation. It's about something much more powerful, achieving overnight academic readiness. It means the entire school can start the day truly prepared, fully compliant, and ready to focus on what actually matters: education. Which really leaves us with one big final thought to chew on. For so long, the default answer to challenges in education has been to ask teachers to just work harder, to put in more hours. But what if the real key, the real breakthrough, isn't about working harder at all? What if it's about working smarter, by using a partner that works while you sleep,